Tameside Radio Sports Talk with Betfred. Visit your local Betfred shop today for a variety of great offers and check out our app for great features like Pick Your Punt Builder. Whenever you bet, Betfred. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Well, hello and welcome to our Betfred Sports Talk with me, Lewis Connell, and Betfred's Peter Spencer. How are you, Peter?
Yeah, great. No problems at all.
Fantastic. Well, we'll start with the Premier League then. The weekend's action, of course. City, with a narrow win over Brentford. They went behind after a minute. Looked like it might be a possible banana skin, but they've got back and managed to get the 3 points.
Yeah, I bet Brentford wished that sole goal would have come in the 90th minute because it was the writing was on the wall. As soon as they went ahead, you just knew that City would get back into it, and of course they did. Haaland at the double as usual. And that has affected the odds at the top to win the Premier League outright. City are now evens with Betfred to go on and win the Premier League again. Arsenal have been cut in to 2-1 after their North London derby victory against Tottenham. They're 2-1. Liverpool, they've slipped out a little bit now. They're 13-2 after that shock defeat against Nottingham Forest at home. Chelsea 25-1. Newcastle 25-1. Spurs 40-1 after the defeat against Arsenal. United, despite winning on the South Coast against Southampton, and we kind of did say that lots of United fans were banking on 3-0, so they would have cashed in there. Well, Betfred now have United 50-1, so they've stayed the same effectively. They've got a lot more to do to convince us to get them back in the on the leaderboard to win the Premier League outright. For a top four finish, Betfred have United 7-2. So they're behind the big three, Arsenal, City and Liverpool, but also Chelsea, Newcastle, Spurs. They're behind all those teams for a top four finish. So United 7-2 for a top four finish. Same price as Aston Villa. Brighton 13-2. Relegation, well, Southampton still odds on 2-5. Leicester 8-13. Ipswich, they're evens. Everton, can't understand this, 6-4. For the drop. Wolves 2-1, Nottingham Forest 6-1.
And it's of course the Champions League gets underway this week as well. There's a completely different format, isn't it? So there's games played over different days. But on Wednesday, Man City are going to be facing Inter Milan at the Etihad.
Yeah, Betfred have City 8-15 to go on and win that game. Haaland, predictably enough, 5-2 to score first. Foden 5-1. And De Bruyne 15-2 to score the first goal. A draw is 10-3, and for an Inter Milan victory, Betfred have them at 5-1. To win the Champions League outright, City are the favourites, 9-4. Real Madrid second, 3-1. Of the English teams, Arsenal 8-1. Liverpool 12-1. Bayern Munich 11-1 to win the Champions League outright.
And it's also the return of the Carabao Cup as well for our sort of bigger sides. Man United opening their account at home to Barnsley. Is there any chance of a sort of giant killing, do you think?
Well, we don't think so. We think United will be miles too good for against Barnsley. So Betfred have United 2-9 to win. Barnsley 11-1, draw 9-2. For United to win 4-0, a lot of people getting on that, 11-1 at Betfred. Kirksey is 7-2 to score first. Bruno 9-2. Garnacho 11-2. And Anthony 6-1 to win the Carabao Cup outright. Of course, Ten Hag has been saying how it's important that you win all these cups and that United have got a good record of cup winning. Well, for the Carabao Cup outright, City are the favourites, 11-4. Betfred have Arsenal 15-2, Chelsea 9-1, same price as Liverpool, and then United at 10-1, which are the same price as Newcastle United. Spurs 12-1 and Aston Villa 16-1.
And it's of course this weekend. It's the culmination of the Betfred Super League season. It's the last game week, so it's all up for grabs for those top six positions.
Yeah, it has become a very exciting finale to the regular season in the Betfred Super League. So we have none of the top six places are absolutely guaranteed, apart from perhaps Wigan to get the Shield, because it would mean a huge upset and series of mathematical equations that aren't going to come off. Wigan, they are hosting Salford. Now, Salford have secured a top 6 finish, which is great for them. So Wigan at home against Salford. A victory for Wigan will guarantee them winning the Shield. Then we've got other key games. Warrington, they're going to hammer London Broncos to secure 3rd place. Hull KR, the surprise team, some people, including our own Paul Sculthorpe, who writes in the paper each week, he is predicting a victory for Hull KR against Leeds. So it is looking like a top 6 finish for Wigan, Hull, Warrington, Salford, St Helens, and potentially Leeds sneaking in ahead of Lee Leopards. But that would mean Leeds getting somewhere at Hull KR. So is very, very tight at the top. Catalans could also get in the frame because they're at lowly Hull FC, who can't buy a victory at the moment, and they're bottom of the table. So Catalans actually could sneak into the top 6. So it's all getting very chocker at the top. None of them are guaranteed a top 6 finish apart from Wigan and Hull. The others are scrambling around. Warrington Wolves will be finished 3rd, no doubt. So to win the grand final, because these 6 teams will all be involved in playoff eliminators and then playoff games, Betfred have Wigan 10-11 favourites, the holders. Hull KR 5-2. Warrington 9-2. St Helens, they're 10-1. They've got some of the big guns back, notably Jack Wellsby, the talisman of the team. They're 10-1. Betfred have Lee 28-1, same price as Salford, and Catalans 80-1, and Leeds, a lot will have to happen and fall their way for them to get into the top 6. But in any case, they're 100-1.
And then just before we go, we've got the odds on the US presidential election after yet another assassination attempt, it seems, on Donald Trump.
Yeah, Betfred have Harris still a favourite, 4-5. Trump 21-20 to win the election on November the 5th.
And then just to finish, we've got a great story, haven't we, this week? A winner who has won £20,000 from a £4 bet, and he's well known in the Moss Side area for selling ginger beer back in the day. Yeah,
that's right. He came from Jamaica as part of the Windrush generation, settled in Moss Side, and he's died at age 97, and he's called George Powell, and his son, who's called Glenn Powell, he won 20,000 at Betfred on Bonus King Bingo at our shop in Stretford, and he's going to spend a fair proportion of it on making sure that his dad gets a decent send-off. 500 people are apparently coming to his funeral from America, all over the Caribbean, and particularly Jamaica, but also a fair few number from Moss Side, because George was well known in the area because he had this ginger beer round for 10 years. He used to go around, he used to brew his own ginger beer and then go around on his bike and sell it, and he used to earn a fair packet apparently. So he's well known in the area, and then when Fred Doan, the boss of Betfred, found out about this, he put another 1,000 behind the bar for the wake, because he wants them all to have a toast to George. And guess what it'll be? It won't be rum, it'll be ginger beer.
Fantastic. Well, that's a great story, and great generosity there from Fred to provide that, and hopefully it's a great send-off for a great man. But if you do fancy a bet on anything that we have discussed today, you want the chance of winning a big prize like our man there from Moss Side, you can bet online, on the app, or in Betfred stores. And thank you, Peter, as always. We'll see you at the same time on Friday.
No problem at all.
Tameside Radio Sports Talk with Betfred. Visit your local Betfred shop today for a variety of great offers, and check out our app for great features like Pick Your Punts Builder. Whenever you bet, Betfred. 18+, begambleaware.org.